Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, All of Your Business. So, as we know that 19 June is going to be a very big day for Pakistan and for everyone because the US-Iran conflict is finally going to an end. And we have Mehtab Heather here with us. Hello, sir. How are you?
I am fine.
Okay, sir, so my first question is, how will the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and the resumption of toll-free shipping affects Pakistan's oil import bill and inflation?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for having me. As you know, United States and Iran are going to strike a truce on June 19th, which will enable both sides to end the blockade of Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
And as we know that more than 20% oil is passed through the Strait of Hormuz. So
Yes.
it is expected that the following of this framework agreement for this peace deal, the oil prices will drop.
Okay.
As we have already seen that the Brent prices have already started declining and it's hovering around $80 to $83 per barrel. So it will have positive effect on Pakistan's overall macroeconomic framework because we have seen in the outgoing financial year when Pakistan was expecting to achieve a GDP growth of 4.2%, its provisional growth number stood at 3.7%. And in the last quarter, there were negative effects of this blockade of Strait of Hormuz. So after the end of this blockade, it means that Pakistan's GDP growth, which has been invested at 4% of GDP for the next financial year, it will easily be surpassed. And inflation, which was peaking which had already gone into the double digit, it will also start receding.
Okay.
So it is a good omen for the whole world, especially for Pakistan as well.
Okay, so can lower global energy prices resulting from the US-Iran ceasefire help strengthen Pakistan's economy and ease pressure on foreign exchange reserves?
Of course, because we have seen that the prices of petroleum products and as well as LNG had escalated in last days of war, which continued for more than 100 days. So, and it resulted into increasing Pakistan's import bill of more than $1 billion. So, after end of this crisis and war, it is expected that Pakistan's overall import bill and the fuel import bill will decline drastically, and it will help Pakistan to save around more than $1 to $2 billion overall in the next financial year. But there is a need to ensure that the prices will drop in Pakistan, but it shouldn't be result into increased consumption of fuel for unproductive sectors. For productive sector, it is important to increase the overall consumption pattern, but for unproductive sector, for instance, if we use too much cars running on the roads, it must be decreased. And as you know, we have undertaken austerity measures under which all shops are closed within the stipulated time frame. I think there is a need to continue this practice. There is a need to change the habits in order to ensure conservation of fuel, which will help to reduce the overall import bill, because we are spending and utilizing foreign exchange reserves to import the fuel in Pakistan. So there is a need to reduce its consumption.
Okay. So, to what extent could regional peace and restored maritime trade routes boost Pakistan's exports, trade, and overall economic growth?
You know, we have seen that because of logistics and insurance premium increase, it resulted into creating problems for overall trade in Pakistan, especially to the export sector. It will help Pakistan to ensure that maximum routes will be opened, and it will also help to improve the regional connectivity and reduce the overall cost of logistics as well as the insurance premium. So there is a lot of opportunity for Pakistan, and there is a potential for Pakistan to divert these logistics towards the maritime in Pakistan, because the government has given some incentives to the shipping industry in this budget, where their tax were reduced, and now there is a need to increase the shipping fleet in Pakistan in order to divert its journey through Pakistani ships.
Okay. Will the end of hostiles between the US and Iran creates new opportunities for Pakistan-Iran trade, energy cooperation, including long delayed projects like Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline?
Yes, it is the long awaited project.
Yes.
Where we haven't seen any progress in last 2 decades.
Yes.
Because there were economic sanctions on Iran. So after this truce, and when the technical level talks will commence in the next 60 days, it is hoped that now the economic sanctions on Iran might be lifted. That will pave the way to ensure maximum bilateral trade, as well as it will help to ensure regional connectivity, and regional trade will also be promoted. Now, in case of Pakistan, there is a need that instead of relying heavily on aid, there is a need to promote the trade. And on one side there is China, on other side there is a Iranian border. So it will yield new opportunities for Pakistan, because now there is a more room for regional connectivity. But it will only be this potential will only be realized if the economic sanctions on Iran are going to be lifted. So it is yet to see that how much Iran and United States are going to proceed in the right direction to lift these sanctions in the technical level talks, which will commence after this signing of framework agreement between the two sides.
Okay, so how might lower global oil prices resulting from the peace agreement affects Pakistan's trade deficit?
Because as I have already stated that Pakistan's import bill is going to be reduced significantly, so it will help to improve the trade imbalance, and it will also help Pakistan to reduce overall escalating inflationary pressures, because we have seen that in last 3 to 4 months period, month on month basis, our inflation has already been entered into a double digit. That's why the State Bank of Pakistan preferred to keep the policy rate unchanged at 11.5%.
Yes.
So now there will be room that if the inflation is going to recede, on one side, people of Pakistan will have a solace or breathing space on account of price escalation, but it will also help the economy to witness a reduction in the policy rate in the months ahead. And it will help overall to reduce the cost of debt servicing to Ministry of Finance, as well as it will help to the private sector to get loans at cheaper rates. So it will help the Pakistan economy to expand its growth trajectory, and it will help to surpass the GDP growth target of 4%.
Okay, so how much it will help to reduce petroleum prices in Pakistan?
It will depend upon the prices prevailing in the international market, but we have seen that the prices of petroleum on account of Brent has already seen declining trend, and it is hoped that in the next review, which the government has started reviewing the prices on weekly basis, that now the prices will be gradually reduced. But now there is a room for the reduced prices. But there is a need to understand that the prices of petroleum products which were prevailing before the eruption of this crisis it will take certain time, because the government of Pakistan will reduce the prices in gradual manner. So it is hoped that the next time, on the coming Friday, the prices will be decreased, but it will take a couple of months to reduce and reach at the prices which were prevailed 3 or 4 months back. So it will take some time. I think 2 to 3 months period is required to reduce the prices, but actually it will depend that how much the prices are going to decrease at international level.
So stay connected with us for more informative videos.